Hi guys, this is Mr. Tan, and today we're looking at marketing and financial management in the hospitality and tourism sector. The session aims includes to establish the learning outcomes for the module and how they will be achieved, determine what is required for all elements of 404TH assessments, and examine the requirements of Assessment 1 in detail. Introduction to the module. Well, this module introduces the overall concept of marketing, covering some of the general modules and theories, and some of which and a lot of which you would have actually already covered and touched upon. It then focuses on two key elements of the marketing mix, which require specific attention in the tourism and hospitality sectors. Introduction to the model, firstly, it will look at how the whole business builds a relationship with a customer or prospective customers. This is about the whole business marketing approach, in which all staff and every interaction impacts on your future business. And this comes down to the heart and definition of what marketing is, and if a organization is a marketing orientated organization or not. And secondly, it gives attention to the financial aspects in product, service, design and delivery. This aligns and works with the financial aspects covered in the operational modules. So some areas to consider for this unit include, the market analysis and the situation analysis. And we've looked at this before. The situation analysis including PESTEL, political, economic, social, technological, environmental and legal factors. A SWOT analysis, the strengths, weaknesses, opportunities and threats. First, designed by Albert Humphreys in the 1960s by the Institute of Stanford. And again, that was first known as SOFT, but then developed into SWOT, but we'll go into more into that later. We'll be looking at supply versus demand. Porter's five forces model in terms of competition, in terms of the bargaining power of suppliers, the bargaining power of buyers, in terms of substitutes and new competitors coming into the industry. So we'll be looking at these. We'll be looking at the TALC model again, which you've covered in other units, so this should be familiar to you, and survival. Additional areas to consider for this unit are going to include, the marketing strategy and objectives, target markets, positioning, the marketing mix, the marketing process in terms of the 4 Ps, branding and awareness, financial implications, customer relationship and business performance, and customer relationship management, CRM. So if you think about it, when we are looking at, the areas in terms of situation analysis, and then when we're going through all these elements, what we're basically saying is, really you start off with your vision, your mission, your aims, objectives. Then you conduct your situation analysis. Your situation analysis will include your SWOT, strengths, weaknesses, opportunities and threats. Strengths and weaknesses being internal to the business, opportunities and threats being external to the business. And then you have your PESTEL, then you do your Porters, and you may use other environmental models as well to get an idea what's happening in the environment. And this, as I've stated before in these modules and models, it needs to be done on a continuous basis to see how the market is changing in the environment. And then you develop your marketing strategy, and your marketing strategy is going to include 3 areas. Include your segmentation, your targeting, and your positioning. And even if we go further into your segmentation, targeting, positioning, then we're talking about value segmentation. We're talking about value proposition. And then once you've got your marketing strategy, then you have your implementation of your marketing strategy through the use of your marketing mix and also the extended marketing mix, so the product, price, place and promotion, and the people, process and physical evidence. And then all that is built into the marketing strategy is obviously the branding and the awareness, obviously the financial implications, and if we're thinking about the lifetime value of the customer, and then the company needs to adopt a customer relationship management approach in terms of CRM. So now we need to look at the importance of marketing. The importance of marketing in terms of increased sales and productivity, in terms of increased image, in terms of giving you a competitive advantage to make you different in terms of a unique selling point, to make sure that you're meeting your customers' needs with customer satisfaction, and to make sure that you are monitoring and looking at the needs of your customers in terms of changing attitudes, in terms of products, services, and planning, and how things are done. And this is very, very important in terms of the whole marketing, planning process. If you look at the situation analysis with Pestel, and you look at Thomas Cook had been in business for over 178 years. But then changing attitudes, where customers were now booking and putting their packages together online, which was undercutting the Thomas Cook market, as well as Thomas Cook making a lot of general mistakes. Customer satisfaction, identifying who your customers are, identifying the needs of your customers, gaining a competitive advantage. And all this is about ensuring that you are profitable in the private sector. You're making profits, and you're there to be able to use that profits to reinvest back into the business, because if you're not making a profit, then you have the potential for losses. So again, the importance of marketing is absolutely crucial for the long-term survival of the business. When we think about customer relations and business performance, this is about, again, adding on to marketing. It's about creating value for customers and build customer relationships. TNT hospitality organizations need to know what their customers' needs and wants are. The basic concept of marketing is human needs. These are both the basic physical needs for food and clothing, warmth and safety, social needs for belonging, affection, fun and relaxation. We're going to look at Maslow in a second. But what we're talking about here is the LTV, the lifetime value of the customer, and ensuring that you build on customer relationships to make sure that these people come back to you again and again. Therefore, you're going to be in business for the long term. When we think and we look at Maslow's hierarchy of needs in terms of identifying, your customers and their needs, well, then, you have various sections of Maslow's hierarchy of needs. Psychological needs in terms of, breathing, food, water, sex, sleep, safety in terms of security, body, resources, mortality, the family, health and property, and then love and belonging, which is the friendship, family, intimacy. And then we have this esteem needs, self-esteem, confidence, achievement, respect of others and respect by others. And then at the top of the pyramid, we have the self-actualization, the morality, the creativity, the spontaneity, problem solving, and acceptance of facts, and so on and so forth. So these here is to use and to identify what the needs of your customers are in order to best satisfy them, and then terms of meeting their needs so they come back to you again and again. When we think of the customers' wants and needs, well, the wants are really how people communicate with their needs, and the demand is really consumers want a lot more from tourism and hospitality organizations, especially since the marketplace is so competitive. If we think about the overall marketing strategy, we talked about this before, and this includes starting with your mission, your vision, your aims and objectives, and then conducting your situation analysis using SWOT, Pestel, Porter's 5-Force model, maybe the BCG matrix, and then using your marketing strategy, which is your segmentation, your targeting, and your positioning. And then your marketing mix, your product, price, place and promotion, and people, process, physical evidence, and then implementation and control, and making sure that your objectives are actually being hit. When we think about customer value and satisfaction, this is customer value is the difference between the benefits that the customer gains from owning or using a product and the costs of obtaining that product. One of the biggest challenges for managers is to increase the value of the product for their target market, according to Kotler. Marketing managers can design a customer-driven marketing strategy. They aim to find, attract, keep, and grow target customers by delivering customer value. Very important. And especially in the tourism and hospitality, organizations must decide who the target markets are from their segmentation. So these companies must know, how they will cater for their target markets, also how they will differentiate and position themselves in the marketplace, and this is called the valued proposition. And the value proposition is a set of benefits and values it promises to deliver to their customers and satisfy their underlying needs. So hope this has helped today from Mr. 10.